Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. On this Thursday, we're live at Circus Sports at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. And if you're looking for some cool things to do around our city, check out the Team Boxing League coming to Municipal Auditorium on April 17th as the Nashville Smash take on the Phoenix Fury. It's a different concept with boxing, and to talk more about that, we bring in the CEO and Commissioner, Kevin Cassidy, who's on the line with us. Kevin, how you doing?
How are you?
We're doing.
Glad to be talking to you.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're excited to be talking a little boxing. This is a really cool concept that, if our listeners aren't familiar, how would you best describe it? As you basically have one round of 3 minutes if you're a boxer. It's different boxers in different rounds, but tell us a little more about it.
Sure. So it's basically the TikTok of boxing. It takes traditional boxing, honoring the traditional concept in boxing, and it's judged the exact same way a regular boxing match is judged. The difference is it's one. So each weight class has a fighter that comes in the ring, fights 1 3-minute round under the traditional boxing rules, scored the same way, 10-9. 10-8, 10-7, and 10-6 for a knockout. So we have 12 teams in 12 cities all around the country, 16 fighters, 12 male and 4 female in the different weight classes. 26 weeks is our season, 56 head-to-head matches of 3-minute rounds and nonstop action. So because there's only 3 minutes and it's a one-round fight, what happens is they have 30 to 45 seconds to figure out their opponent versus a regular, 12-round match. You have rounds that you're figuring out your opponent. There's no time to dance around. They have to get right to it, which is what creates the action.
Well, and you talked about keeping the tradition of boxing. I mean, we've seen some of these long fights that can kind of drag on. I mean, this, you're getting, as you said, you're getting the action right there because you don't have time as a fighter to mess around.
Exactly. So it's gotten over the years, everybody's attention span is much shorter, including my own. Like, I'm a big baseball fan, and I take people that are younger than me to games with me, and they're looking at their phone and they're not watching the game like you used to do as much. Now they're trying to do things with baseball. Well, this is the same thing. We came up with this concept. We believe it's the most exciting new thing in boxing. And, we're at 12 teams in 12 cities this year, but we're going to 20 teams and 96 events next year. So,
that's good.
It's taking off,
That is going to be fantastic. And tomorrow you're in Atlanta as the Nashville Smash will take on the Atlanta Attack at center stage. But as we mentioned, April 17th, you'll be here at the Municipal Auditorium, and you can find out more details and get your tickets at teamboxingleague.com.
Kevin, I want to say one of the great things I'm looking right now, thank you for having a website that's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, I mean, I land on your website and everything, and Chase is asking these questions, and you're explaining, and it's all right here. So I'm telling you, that to me, that you won the first round on that one, Kevin, because the website is great, teamboxingleague.com. But I tell you, and folks don't know this, boxing is still very popular, and I don't think people realize that, right?
It's super popular, and you see it when you see these giant events that like Netflix puts on. They're fantastic. But, the main card, because of the superstars that they have on there, is great. But then you have all of this undercard that nobody's willing to watch like they used to be. That's why you saw like Showbox and things fell off over time, because the viewership's just not there. Because people are looking for what is the most exciting short form format now. So,
yeah.
I think we've addressed that, but we've also honored the traditional boxing concept and tradition. So.
Oh, I think it's great. And I like how it explains how a match works. Like you were telling me, the launch rounds, the middle rounds, then the money rounds. I mean, you go to those money rounds, if it's tied 8-8 or something, I mean, you got to be on the edge of your seat for this.
Exactly. It is so exciting that when somebody comes to our events, they're hooked. They're just hooked. Now, we had some great success on television, and we continue to. Last year, we ended up with 12 million viewers, which is, huge for we were in our third season. Now we just started our fourth season with 3 matches this past weekend, which were just phenomenal. Also, I wanted to say, in Nashville is debuting some, 2 young amateur standouts are coming up for Nashville at 147, Jasir Riley and Khalil Walden. And this is going to be a really interesting to see them match up with Atlanta. So that's going to be great to watch.
I think it's very cool. What was the genesis for all this? How did this all come about?
So myself and a friend saw that there was, a slowdown in what was happening in boxing. We're huge boxing fans, and we kind of just sketched out something. At first, we were looking at 3-4 rounds and all different kinds of concepts. We landed on this. We tested it out at Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut with 6 teams and around 27 matches the first year. And we weren't trying to get people. We were trying to test the concept. So we had it in one of the event centers there, and people just started floating in from the casino. And that was the genesis. And then, we started to, really refine the rules. And then, we put together the league based on really the NFL concept of the NFL, which each team will have individual owners. There have been a few teams that have sold. And the league is still managing all the teams through season 5, and we just opened season 4.
Kevin, who came up with the names for the teams? Because I got to tell you, whoever did, you need to give them a raise. These names are great.
Mostly one of my buddies came up with all the names so far. But, yeah, they're great names. Nashville Smash, I mean, what a great name. And you have a great coach there, Fred Dulé. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to interview him or talk to him yet, but he's a great coach with incredible team spirit. He's got all the team training together. They eat together. They get together at least once a week to have a team meeting, and you'll see there's a lot of team spirit. So boxing's always been a lonely sport. Now you have a lonely sport where you have the person's in the ring alone fighting, but they have their teammates cheering for them when they're going in and when they're in the ring and when they're coming out.
Kevin, I'm curious of the conditioning, because when you condition for a 12-round fight, I have to imagine that's going to be different. Now there's, you're doing this more often with the team concept and all of that, but how does this change the conditioning for the fighters?
Well, it's a real change in concept. In other words, you're not going, you don't need the stamina for the 12 rounds, but what you need to do is you need to get to business right away. So it's a difference. So I'll give you an example of something that happened. The Canelo-Crawford fight, there was the undercard right underneath it was Reiko Santana, which was one of our fighters that fought for the Phoenix Fury last year. And he was supposedly outmatched, and it was looked at as he was the underdog. He came out and knocked the guy out in the first round. And it's because, and he attributed it immediately to his training with Team Boxing League that, he would have never had the chance to beat the guy he beat because he just came out and went right to fighting. The other guy was still trying to figure him out, and he got beat badly, fast.
Well, Kevin, we're excited about this. I know you're going to have a few events in Nashville starting April 17th. This is a really cool concept, and I think going to be fun for people to go check out. So thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Look forward to seeing you in Nashville.
Absolutely. Kevin Cassidy is with us, the CEO and commissioner of Team Boxing League. You can check it out at teamboxingleague.com. And I agree with you, Joe. The team names are pretty fun.
I'm all in now. The Boston Butchers, the Philadelphia Smoke, the Miami Assassins, the Nashville Smash. I'm telling you, man, so many times I'll go to a website. It's like, what is that? This is laid out perfectly. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Here in Nashville. Okay. I learned something new today.
I agree. We got some answers on our question of the day at 615-737-1025, which is?
We had Billy Gardell on from Mike and Molly earlier, and he was very great. It was a great interview. Great interview.
Great time.
We want to know what you. We want to know what you think is your favorite sitcom of all time, from the 50s, 60s, 70s. It doesn't matter what it is. What do you think the favorite sitcom is of all time? Chase has Friends. I got Sanford and Son, Dr. Crane. We're going to give you Welcome Back, Kotter, buddy.
Yep.
That's perfect.
I like that.
Would you
Could I have taken him in a fight?
I don't know. You might.
Well done.
Yes.
We'll get to some of those answers next, live from Circus Sports in Kentucky here on 102.5 The Game.